The far right is protesting against policing practices in the UK, which might seem strange because it's normally the left that cares about these things. What's going on? So last year, a white man named Henry Novak was murdered by a Sikh man named Vikram Digwa. Digwa has now been sentenced to life in prison, and the police body cam footage has been released. It shows Digwa claiming that Novak attacked him. Novak, the real victim, is handcuffed, and he repeatedly says that he can't breathe and that he's been stabbed. The cops ignore his pleas for help and deny that he's been stabbed. This incident shows the cruelty of police, letting a man bleed out in front of them. And now the far right has claimed that this is an example of two-tier policing, which is a conspiracy theory started by a gronk called Tommy Robinson, and he claims that white people and the right wing are policed far more harshly than, for example, people of colour and left-wing protesters. This conspiracy theory gained ground after the 2024 Southport stabbings. Tommy Robinson and Nigel Farage falsely claimed that the perpetrator was a Muslim immigrant, and then race riots broke out, which were put down by the police. The police were violent, so the far right tried to claim that they had been treated more harshly than left-wing protesters. But bear in mind, at this protest, the rioters tried to set fire to a hotel full of asylum seekers. The people were inside. That is not something that typically happens at a left-wing protest. Now, in the wake of the Novak footage being released, there's been another wave of anti-immigrant protests and attacks on police. And in the north of Ireland, after a Sudanese man attacked a white man, the far right has rioted there, vandalising immigrant-run businesses and burning down homes. So, is two-tier policing real? No, even a cursory look at the stats shows the opposite of what the right claims. So, for example, in Hampshire, where Novak was killed, black people are 5 times more likely to be stopped and searched compared to white people. Across the Western world, immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than native-born people. And policing of protests is harsher if the protesters are black or left-wing. Though admittedly, these findings are from American studies. I'll put the sources in the comments. It is so obvious that police are biased against the left, against people of colour. People like Robinson and Farage do know this. If you look at Reform's policies, they advocate a massive expansion of policing and prisons. Would they do this if they really thought the police were woke? They just want to trick you and to justify white supremacist violence. It's a shameful distraction from what should be a unifying moment. Whatever race you are, if you go to the police for help, they might just mock you while you bleed to death because they don't care about any of us.